Oh my god. Oh my god, what did I just do? We are in the middle of a snowstorm. I put this story up on my Instagram a couple days ago and you guys just wanted to check it out and see what it's all about. As you can see in the background here, it's completely white. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me. It's expected to be a 2-day storm, so we'll see how the car looks and how everything looks. I'm wearing my thermals right now, base layer, jacket, snowshoes, just ready to head out. It's day 1 and right now I'm on a mission to get some groceries, get some food. We don't have work today. For the first time that I've actually lived in Ithaca, they've called it off. There are no schools, there's no work. It's officially a snow day. Stick around till the very end. If there are any students who are planning to come to Canada, the East Coast, somewhere where it gets really cold, I'll give you guys a couple tips of a few do's and don'ts that you guys can follow that'll make your life in this snow a lot better. So stick around till the very end so you don't miss that, and let's go see how the weather looks like on the other side. Alright, so I just started my car from my phone because I can't open the door yet. Hopefully it gets warm inside at least. But in the meantime, we'll continue taking this stuff off. If you're driving and you stop like at a stoplight or something, all the snow on the top will just come in front of the windshield and you can't see anything. It's happened to me once before, but I wasn't like on a highway or anything, so I could like pull over, clean the car, but it's really dangerous, so definitely need to clean that out. Going to the gym and to get some groceries. The road is really slippery. I'm driving at like 14 and 15, and even though they've cleared the road, it's snowing constantly. Show them. Okay. So it's pretty much like snowing constantly, so it's really slippery, the road.
He went inside.
So we're stuck for like 10 minutes right now because there are 2 cars in front of us that aren't able to move because I think their tires got stuck in the snow. So okay, let's see if our car is gonna move. Okay, I'm just trying to follow like the tracks that the cars in front of me have laid out so that I can kind of move my car along. I'm literally moving at 3 miles per hour and my car is still just sliding. एकदम मक्खन की जैसे. Oh my god. Okay, this part's a little better. These snow piles that you have in parking lots, these are pretty much, they're taller than my car, and when parking lots get filled with snow, they just like, the trucks just come in and clear everything up and they just literally start making piles of these snow mountains, and that's it because there's no place to put them. Eventually, if they run out of space, they'll even be like trucks that come in to just take the snow and just, I don't even know where they go. Like, I have no idea what they do with heaps of snow. Like, eventually it's going to melt and become water, but they still have to like clear it out of the way so that it's not on like parking spots and on the roads and all that stuff.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flicker. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up. Look, straight from the mud like Ruby, straight to the stage.
It's day 2 of the snowstorm, and the piles and the heaps of snow is literally like more than, I think it's 12 to 15 inches. It's minus 15 degrees Celsius, and the snow has gotten so bad that the blind spot assist on my car start beeping because of the pile of snow, because it thinks there's a car there. So this is just turning out to be ridiculous. It's getting so cold. In all the years that I've lived here, I don't think I've seen snow build up and accumulate to this much. This is, wow, I have a headache right now. It took me, it took me about 45 minutes to clean the snow off of my car today morning. But you know, the one thing I'm absolutely loving about this car is the fact that because it's an all-wheel drive, once I get the snow off, there's like no problems for the car to actually drive. There's no pickup problems. It's going very smoothly. It didn't get stuck even a single time. When I would drive my Honda Civic, I know that I've been stuck at the bank. I literally had to go out of the car and push the car for it to actually start to move, you know, for it to roll. I would have to put it in neutral. Like, sabse aasan tarika ye hai, like imagine, you know, when your car gets stuck in like sand dunes, the tires start rotating and they just won't move forward. That's the exact same thing that happens in the snow, because the snow is so soft, especially when it's actually falling. It's literally, it's like cotton candy, you know, it's just so soft and it's very delicate. So if there's a lot of snow, it just gets stuck. Once it becomes ice, there's a lot, well, the dangers of it becoming ice are completely different. But at least this car didn't get stuck in the snow, and I'm so glad that I got the all-wheel drive, and I think that really helps. Check this out. So my sunroof is literally just frozen. I mean, I don't even want to accidentally try to open it. Like, I think, you know, I saw this really cool TikTok. Someone forgot to close this, and then they come in after like the entire night. They came in the morning, and there was like snow inside their car because they forgot to close their sunroof. Like, that was so sad. This is like another bad thing about the snow. So the snow, disgusting snow, gets stuck in there, and then you have to clean this off so it doesn't come in between the wheels and the car. Yeah, we made it back home. Took most of the snow out of our car, but look at this. This is an SUV, and clearly he has not taken the car out since the snowstorm started. So that's his car or her car. And that's our car. I mean, safe to say our car looks pretty fine. So do you see those icicles over there? Like, they're so dangerous. I've seen that a couple times that these icicles, when you're walking, if they like fall on you, they'll just pierce right through, and it can be pretty dangerous. But yeah, hey, that's about it. I got my McDonald's and I'm gonna go home and eat. But yeah, look at the sidewalk. Like, that is like about a foot of snow accumulated everywhere. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that vlog, the snowstorm. Oh my god, it was freezing cold and just one of a kind experience. I think right now is a good time to talk to you guys a little bit if one, you're an international student who's maybe planning to come to a place that's really cold, like Canada, East Coast, US, upstate New York, or you're just someone who's willing to maybe like travel to a colder place. Just some tips for you guys. Number one, if you're planning to drive in any place that snows, I would highly recommend practicing driving. I know this is a very small and minor thing, but I think driving in the snow takes a lot of practice because there's just so many little things. Like when you actually apply brakes in the snow, your car takes a little while to actually move forward and then come to a stop. So that judgment and to know how much like distance you need to leave between cars, what speed you should be driving at, it takes practice. So my number one tip would be practice with a friend, most likely in an empty parking lot, just to kind of get a hang and a feel of how the car feels like when it's actually snowing. Tip number two would be when it comes to clothes. Now things like your thermals, your snow jackets, and your shoes. Wherever you're going, I would recommend going there and buying these things. Just because whatever place you go to, whatever the temperature is in that place, the clothes in that place are meant to deal with those freezing low temperatures. So I ran into this problem when I came as a student from India. A lot of the things that I brought from there didn't really work here. When I say work here, I don't mean that they were like defective or anything. I just mean like the snow jackets that I brought all the way from home, they didn't really work well enough to keep the cold and to keep me warm in this like freezing temperature. Which makes sense because the temperatures don't go as low as they do over here. Like minus 20, minus 30 degrees, it's ridiculous. So it's not really that expensive, but it's really worth investing when you come here. And the top three things that I would recommend buying here would be your base layer, which is otherwise called thermals in India or other countries. Your snow jacket, invest in a really good snow jacket. If you can, I would even recommend and go as far as saying get something with down feather. Now the down feather is basically the best sort of like goose feather that keeps you warm. Oh my god, you're not gonna feel the wind, the snow, nothing. You'll sleep like a baby. So invest in a good snow jacket and invest in really good snowshoes. Now when it comes to snowshoes, keep two things in mind. One, make sure that they're at least above ankle length. 6 to 10 inches is like ideal, just because when it snows that much, you want to have snowshoes high enough so your pants don't get wet. Because eventually, as you know, snow melts and it'll just become water. The last thing you need is your body or your clothes getting wet, because then you're gonna catch a cold, fall sick. It's just a dominoes effect over there. And the last thing to consider when buying shoes is make sure your shoes are waterproof. Now the best way and the best technique to do this is I try to get snowshoes that either don't have laces, zips, or any like closing thing in them. So yeah, that's about it. Gloves and earmuffs are other things that you may want to consider when you come here. Things to keep in mind is, you know, these are things that you'll probably keep in your bag and carry with you every single day. So you want it to be not too bulky, but at the same time they should be good enough to work. Like you don't want to wear your gloves and still be like, well, I'm still feeling cold, you know, what's the point? So things to keep in mind there. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna wrap up the video right over here. If you guys watched till this point, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.